Think about the ever-growing tsunami of data security organizations are dealing with every minute of every day.
There are social networks, messaging apps, databases, videos, and images to process. Such a torrent of data that security organizations are drowning in it. Making sense of it all presents an enormous challenge.
Technology is advancing at an insane pace. Criminals, terrorists, hackers all over the world leverage sophisticated technologies to hide their actions.
Staying ahead of bad actors is critical and only possible when you are able to process vast amounts of data, connect the dots, and produce insights that are fast, accurate, and actionable.
This is what we have been empowering security organizations to do for more than 2 decades for over 1,000 customers around the globe.
We are passionate about security analytics, equipping our customers with the tools they need to make the world a safer place.
Thanks to TV producers, we all have a sense of what sophisticated criminal investigations look like. Teams arrive on the scene, investigators suggest theories as to what might have happened, and then shortlist suspects who had the motivation and the means to carry out the attack. They connect the dots, and more often than not, they catch the perpetrators.
Yet, even if they resolve the investigation, the damage will have already been done. Lives may have been lost. But what if the threat could have been prevented in the first place? What if security organizations were able to connect the dots and address threats faster? Maybe even before the attack had even taken place. This isn't fiction, it's security analytics.
Security analytics isn't a new concept. Connecting the dots has always been important. How many attacks could have been avoided? How many perpetrators could have been stopped in their tracks if security organizations had been able to generate the right insights at the right time?
An insight can be a long list of suspects analytically reduced to just a few. An insight can also be a real-time alert on suspects' activity, connecting them to a potential crime. By applying machine learning to vast amount of diversified data, our customers can produce these insights, enabling them to do the jobs better and faster.
In recent years, security challenges have become increasingly complex. Well-organized, well-funded entities are becoming harder to detect as they take advantage of the latest technologies to hide in the shadows.
These technologies are evolving all the time. New ones are emerging every day, and security organizations need new tools to stay ahead of the game.
The vast amounts of data available to them is a huge asset. To stay ahead of their adversaries, they need to fuse the data, transform it into meaningful insights, and drive real-time action. This is Actionable Intelligence for a safer world.
The head of investigations at the European National Security Organization had a problem. Investigations were taking too long, eating up way more time than they used to. In many cases, they took months to conclude. Sometimes they took years, and even then failed to reach a conclusion or provide actionable outcomes. Their main problem was their technology was outdated. The tools the investigative teams were using were no longer fit for purpose.
A new approach was needed, one that required software that would help his team analyze their data at scale and quickly extract actionable insights. He had 2 choices: build in-house capabilities or partner with a security analytics software vendor with an open platform and a proven track record.
This is when we entered the picture. We helped the customer to deploy the technology and train their analytics team so they would be self-sufficient and able to address the increasingly complex threats that they now faced. After the Cognyte platform was deployed, their investigation team received a lead that a radical group was planning to drive a large vehicle into a crowd of people in one of its main cities, but they had no intel on who the perpetrator might be. Using the Cognyte platform, they had already identified activity on social media and on the dark web that pointed to a similar potential threat and people who might be involved. Our platform fused and analyzed massive volumes of data sources, including web and social data, as well as government databases such as vehicle registry and criminal records. The analytical model dynamically map potential suspects based on behavioral analytics and anomaly detection. Things like history of radicalization, travel to certain countries, and reports on vehicle thefts.
Once a list of potential suspects had been identified, the platform automatically ran a link analysis that revealed 5 of the 7 suspects were connected.
This suggests they were working as a part of an organization group to carry out the attack. Using our platform, the investigative team was now able to gather the evidence they needed to arrest the suspects and prevent the attack.
This is just one example of how the Cognyte software platform uses AI to empower security organizations to prevent national security attacks and, most importantly, to save lives. My name is Ifat, and I'm the product marketing manager for the Cognyte analytics platform. My position involves explaining our product to customers and hearing back from them what their requirements are. I'm really proud of the fact that we help organizations around the world keep people safe, and it's what makes us work hard every day to keep innovating and keep pushing our product forward and making sure we're supporting our customers.
If you mention Cognyte in Spain, you immediately think of actionable intelligence. Spanish government security organizations in particular are benefiting from Cognyte's software development, which has created a unique technology that is much appreciated by our customers.
Our AI-driven solutions are used by the world's most demanding security organizations. They see us as a trusted partner to serve their diverse challenges. The most fascinating thing is understanding what goes under the hood of our platform. Cognyte Analytics platform works seamlessly with customers' workflows. It easily integrates with their existing systems and fuses data from their databases and other sources. Our platform is designed with several components at its core. Advanced data fusion technologies that aggregate and enrich structured data, such as travel history records, and unstructured data, such as images, video, and social media, from different sources. Data analytics, including real-time modeling and statistical tools to help analysts support investigations. AI and machine learning models to find hidden patterns in massive amount of data. Intuitive workflows and visualization, for example, using a drag-and-drop interface, which can be configured by the customer to meet their specific use cases. Customers' requirements are evolving. They expect faster delivery times, higher quality products, and easier update cycles. To that end, Cognyte has more than 2,000 people, including developers, data scientists, and product experts with substantial security experience that are laser-focused on security analytics software.
When it comes to security, the stakes have never been higher. Enterprises risk intellectual property theft that can decimate their business or hacking that could shred their reputation. Against this backdrop, we see strong demand for our security analytics software.
Enterprises are mainly focused on preventing cyber attacks and maintaining business continuity. They want faster threat detection and mitigation and improved efficiency and effectiveness of their security operations centers. One of our enterprise customers is a large manufacturer with tens of thousands of employees spread across dozens of offices and factories around the world. As you can imagine, securing this kind of enterprise in its entirety is a huge and incredibly complex task. Each location needs to protect its intellectual property, assets, and employees. Each has highly valuable IP, expensive equipment, and a large, ever-changing contingent of employees, suppliers, and customers entering and leaving the enterprise's various facilities all the time.
Of course, this is just one element of the challenges enterprises face. Cyber threats can be even more damaging, but whether the breach is physical or digital, organizations understand that a single threat can be enough to inflict irreparable damage.
In the case of our global customer, they had experienced a series of breaches that had led them to conclude that the old, disjointed way of doing security was no longer fit for purpose.
They needed to shift from standard video and security camera monitoring to a more modern, more integrated and analytics-driven approach. To do so would require the client to manage huge amounts of data from various sources, including threat intelligence, sensors, and controls.
They would have to analyze it in real time and then develop insights that could be acted upon quickly to identify threats and successfully mitigate them. That's when Cognyte came into play.
The Cognyte analytics platform would integrate seamlessly with the customer's ecosystem. It would fuse data from multiple sources across the company's highly distributed operations, analyze it, and generate new, advanced, and actionable insights about threats they were previously unaware of.
It wasn't long before Cognyte had a chance to prove its worth. The platform identified that an employee's credentials had been exposed and sold on the dark web. Cognyte's platform ingested the data and triggered a threat intelligence investigation. A few days later, a car entered the company's facility using an employee ID badge. The Cognyte platform recognized in real time the ID badge belonged to the employee whose details had been exposed on the dark web. It also spotted a mismatch between the car license plate and the one associated with the employee. Using facial recognition, it flagged the driver was not the employee.
The platform connected relevant data points and provided insights and alerts to the SOC operators to stop the threat in its tracks, prevented significant damage, and provided evidence to support prosecution. Thanks to Cognyte, the company can now identify incidents before they unfold and avoid costly disruption of operations, harm to individuals, and potential legal and regulatory issues.
Leading government and enterprise security organizations around the world partner with Cognyte to address complex security challenges. These organizations rely on our security analytics software every day to generate critical actionable intelligence. Without it, they would be flying blind and more vulnerable to potential threats. Threats are evolving rapidly, and our customers view us as an important strategic partner who can help address the challenges of today and tomorrow. When I started working here, I was a young support engineer. Over the years, we've grown from what was a small company with revenues in the tens of millions to a leading global player with a presence in more than 100 countries and revenues of almost $500 million.
I think what makes me proud being part of Cognyte is the fact that you have an amazing triangle. You have purpose, you have technology, and you have people. And all of that together is what is making Cognyte so special and unique in our industry.
And we're also big technology geeks, so we really enjoy working with cutting-edge technologies.
I know the future is bright for Cognyte. Demand for our software is growing fast. We have incredible technology, industry-leading security analytics software, strong relationships with our customers, and a management team that has shown it can deliver. From the moment you walk into one of our centers around the globe, you can feel the energy, the passion, the innovation, and creativity. We have a diverse and talented team of 2,000 men and women who embody our mission to help security organizations make the world a safer place.